Okay, chapter 12, section 1. I want us to synthetically divide. So we take the denominator, set it equal to 0. That is the number we put in the corner. We put the coefficients from the numerator across the top. 1x squared minus 7x plus 10. You don't need the plus, I just put that on there. If you have anything missing, if you go from power of 2 and you don't have a power of 1, then you have to put a 0 as a placeholder. Drop the 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 5. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Remainder 0. So it started at degree 2. We divided it by degree 1, so the answer is going to be degree 1. 1x minus 5. You don't have a remainder to worry about, so this is your answer, x minus 5. That's problem 1, or a problem like number 1 from chapter 12, section 1 homework. I'm also going to work one like number 4. So let me keep my paper folded here. Problem 4 says to synthetically divide r squared minus 3r plus 5 by r plus 1. Well, I'm going to take r plus 1. I'm going to set it equal to 0, and I get negative 1. So negative 1 is what goes in the corner. Then I have 1, negative 3, and 5. Drop the 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Gives me negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. So this time I have a remainder of 9. Now I started r squared, so this is going to be r to the first minus 4 plus 9 over the r plus 1. That's where that fraction comes in. That's what you do with a remainder. So the answer is r minus 4 plus 9 over r plus 1. Okay, I'm going to pick up with number 6. Number 6 asks you to divide the polynomial by y plus 3. So set y plus 3 equal to 0. Y is negative 3. Negative 3 goes in the corner. And I list my coefficients, negative 3, 4, negative 3, negative 9, negative 3 for y to the 5th, 4 for y to the 4th, negative 3 for y cubed, negative 9 for y squared. It's going to need a 0 for y to the first because I don't have that one, and then minus 9. Okay, so I'm ready. I'm going to drop this down. It's going to be negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. 9 and 4 make 13. 13 times negative 3 is negative 39. That gives me negative 42. Negative 42 times negative 3 is 126. 126 minus 9 is 117. 117 times negative 3 is negative 351. Negative 351 times negative 3 is 1,053. 1,053 minus 9 is 1,044. So this problem started out being a degree 5. So we're going to start here, negative 3 y to the 4th plus 13 y to the 3rd minus 42 y squared plus 117 y minus 351 plus 1,044 over the divisor of y plus 3. The next one I'm going to do is one like number 9. It says express the polynomial in the form f of x equals x minus k times q of x plus r for the given value of k. Now this might be a little confusing, but here's what they want you to do. They want you to synthetically divide by -3. Okay? So we're going to list these across the top. 2x cubed, 10x squared, 10x, and -13. And we're going to divide. So 2 times -3 is -6. Gives me 4. 4 times -3 is -12. Gives me -2. 2 times -3 is 6. Gives me -7. So I have a remainder. Okay? So this is what they want me to express. If -3 was the number that I divided by, then x plus 3 was a factor. So I've got x plus 3 as a factor, and then I've got this as a factor. 2x squared plus 4x minus 2. And then when I get done, I need to subtract 7 from that. So that gives me answer choice B for this one. Okay? So whatever they give you for k goes here, and it ends up being the opposite. And remember that if we set this equal to 0, that's where we get the number to put in the box. So you work your way backwards for that. Next, I'm going to do one like number 12. It says use the remainder theorem and synthetic division. It says use the remainder theorem and synthetic division to find f of k. Well, I'll tell you what we can do. What we can do here is we can just type that in the calculator. We can use -1 in place of x, and it gives us our answer. If you plug -1 in place of x, your answer is 6. We can do the same thing on 13. It says find f of x, and it's -1 squared minus 4 times -1 plus 4. My answer there is 9. So you can just use that as a strategy on the next several problems. I want to work one like number 16 because you're plugging into this function imaginary number. So we're going to plug in here, this 3 plus 3i. Now remember that when you square it, it's 3 plus 3i times 3 plus 3i minus 5 times 3 plus 3i plus 3. So you're going to have to do FOIL. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 3 times 3i is 9i plus another 9i plus 9i squared. Now remember, I squared is -1. We'll come back to that in just a second. It's -1. Let's distribute here and here. Minus 15 minus 15i plus 3. Now let's collect like terms. 9i and 9i make 18, and 18 minus 15i gives me 3i. Okay. There's 9. That's minus 9, because that's 9 times -1 minus 15 plus 3. So those are all my regular numbers. 0, -15 plus 3, it's -12 plus 3i. So this is what you get when you use 3 plus 3i in place of x. Most important thing here is to be careful when you are foiling. I'm going to do one like number 17. It's going to wrap us up here. It says use synthetic division to determine whether the number is a 0. You don't have to use synthetic division. You can. But what you can do is just plug this in. 3 in place of x, I'm going to use -4 cubed plus 11 times -4 squared minus 8 times -4 minus 16. You can just plug that in. The answer is supposed to be yes, so I'm supposed to get a 0 when I do that. Let me make sure I don't make any mistakes. Plus 11 times -4 squared minus 8 times -4 minus 16. I got 0. Okay, guys, that's 12.1. Now you can do a whole lot of it on your calculator. You just take your time and be careful. Keep working hard. You're almost done.